everyone. Very good morning to all. I wanted, first of all, thank you all for a huge participation in 30 days of Google Cloud event also. And now, before wasting too much time, I would like to invite our chief guest, Dr. Chirag Thakur sir, HOD of Computer Department, to give valuable words for us. Sir, over to you.
Okay, I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. So, very good morning, one and all. Uh, Thank you, Harshil, for taking this lead in arranging this 30-day event. Google is no longer a search engine. Google is there with many products, many platforms, very many more support. But the best part of Google is it is a company which is very futuristic in nature. And any company which is futuristic in nature definitely has a very prominent place in the hearts and minds of technology world. Likewise, any department, any faculty, any student leader, and any student who is futuristic in nature is not only going to survive in the coming days and coming years of computer science and engineering fraternity, but that person, he or she, will also prosper in terms of growth and personal ambitions. So, keeping these words in mind, I first and foremost congratulate Google Students Developer Club, uh, Google Developer Students Club, and all the team members for arranging such beautiful event. I call it beautiful because this will keep you updated. This will keep you aware about the technological developments, about all that is happening around us. And please remember, Satya Nadella very rightly said, he said, our industry does not respect tradition. Our industry respects innovation. So I will urge Harshil also that we will continue our sessions like this, like 30-day sessions and all these sessions, but also try to bring some novel topic, some innovative practices in this Google Developer Students Club. With these words, I wish you all happy learning, very thoughtful learning, and I hope after these 30 days, you will add a lot of skill and wisdom to your brains and to your minds. With these words, one more time, I welcome each one of you, and I hope many more students will join these groups and activities, and they all will get benefited. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now, let us move on to the Android study jump plan and timeline for the event. And one more announcement from my side that we are going to take a Kahoot quiz as well in between the session. So stay the session till the end. And I would like to invite Himanshu to elaborate more on what is Android study jam and its timeline. Himanshu, over to you.
Thanks, Arshil. Jeet, can you share your screen, please?
Yes, kindly provide me a second.
Mm. I have added you as a presenter.
Hello.
Yeah, you are audible.
Hello.
But your screen is not visible still.
Hello.
Now
Okay.
it's visible. Now it's visible.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
So, good morning, everyone. Uh, Today we are going to start the first day of our 30 days of Google Android Study Jam. Uh, can you switch to the second slide, please?
Yes.
Hello, Jeet.
Hello.
Please go to the second slide.
Okay, I have changed the slide. There might be some slight delays, I think.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Now it's visible.
No, it's not visible.
Okay, let me reset the screen. Okay, now. Hello.
I'm seeing black screen right now.
Okay, kindly provide me 1 minute. Let me switch the link.
Okay, let me share the screen in meanwhile. You
Okay.
can fix your issue in between.
Okay.
Okay, so just a second.
Yeah, Arshil, screen is visible now.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what are Android study jams? This is the first question which will come in your mind when we are going to start this event. So, Android study jams are community organized study groups for people to do hands-on learning for Android app development. Android Basics is a series of sessions focused specifically on learning how to build Android apps without prior knowledge or experience. Now, basically, if you want to learn Android development and if you don't have any experience or knowledge about Android applications and how to develop those applications, this Android Study Jam will give you the knowledge from the scratch on building these applications. You don't need to have any kind of experience or knowledge about Android development. Please switch to the next slide. So this is the timeline for Android Study Jam, which will be held from 29th November 2021 to 10th January 2022. And these are the 6 units which will be covered in in between this time. So you can see the name of those 6 events on this slide. Harshil, can you switch to the next slide? Yeah, so if you complete all the tasks which are specified by the Android Study Jam course, you will get a certificate provide from the Google itself. So I wish you all very best of luck, and I hope you all participate in this event and will get certificates and also make your applications which you always wanted to build on Android platform. So thank you, and now I will hand over to Jeet.
Okay, thank you, Imansu. So let me set my screen firstly. Okay, so now it's my screen visible.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
visible.
Okay. Okay, so as Himanshu told that Android Study Jam is a program which is organized by Total every year, in which from a campus, its mainly program is for to learn something related to Android development with the help of Kotlin programming. So this would be the reward as a participants which you will be getting. Like there is Android Associative Developer Certification, in which if you apply for that certification, then you would be eligible to get 80% of the reimbursement of the certification. And there is also a certificate from GDSC, GECR. And in order to eligible to get that certificate, you need to complete entire Android basic Kotlin course, which is provided by Total. So first, what would be the first step course? So first you have to go to this link, and you have to create your account. Then after, what you will what you need actually why you need this profile. You can learn some please just 1 minute please. Let me say the link. Okay, so am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Hello.
Yes, yes, you are.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is the curriculum which is provided by Doodle. You have to complete
Jeet, your voice
is
is
my screen
breaking.
visible?
Yeah, it's visible, but uh, it's still showing us the Google slides that you have prepared.
Okay, so I think
Now
now
it's
yes
changed.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is the curriculum which is provided by Doodle. In order to get a certificate from GDSC, GCR, you have to complete all these units, and each unit will have several pathways. You have to complete that pathways, like is it mentioned here, and each pathway will have several quizzes for evaluation. And as you passes the quizzes, you would be eligible to get badges, and you can say that badges on various social media platform. These all badges will be available in your developer profile. So first step that you need to do is firstly you have to create your account on a developer profile, which is totally simple. You just have to go to the as this link is provided, you just have to go to here and sign in with your Gmail. As you did sign in, you can continue with the tours. As you complete the tours, you would be eligible to get a badge from Doodle. Okay, so let's talk about the prerequisite. What are the prerequisite for this entire session, or I would say for this Android study exam? You need to have some basic computer literacy, like you need to have some basic knowledge of installing the software, uninstalling the software, working and managing some normal computer tasks. And you also need some internet connection in order to perform various code labs. And for session 2, Android Studio is required to be installed in your system. And this Android device and the USB cable is optional if you want to perform all the operations on a physical device, then you may do it Android device or in the USB cable. Okay, so learning objective, like what you will learn from this session and from this program. So you will be getting some basic knowledge of Kotlin programming, and there are some resources which are provided to continue your learning. And in from second session, you would be eligible to set up. You will learn about setting the Android Studio on your computer, and we will also build a number of Android application uh, with not just provided based on the provided curriculum, but we will also try to cover some of the advanced topics which are required in order to learn the things. Okay, so we will start with Kotlin, and our unit one is about Kotlin basics for Android. As we told earlier, that each unit will have several pathway. Pathway will look like this, and as you complete all the pathway in each unit, there will be a quiz. As you do the quiz, you would be eligible to earn badges. And as we earlier informed that Kotlin programming languages will be used for this development. As we know that Kotlin helps developer to be more productive. Like if I talk about the main benefits of Kotlin, then it's prevent the null pointer exception. It has best features in terms of productivity. It reduces the line of code. It is also interoperable. Like we can say that internally it uses the JVM. So if we can also integrate our Kotlin code with Java. So we will be continuing our today's session with Playground. What is Kotlin Playground? So Kotlin Playground is a platform where we are going to perform various Kotlin related basic tasks. This playground platform is developed by JetBrains. Okay, so without this further delay, let's get started with today's our visits of Kotlin. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you are
Hello.
audible.
Okay. So before we start with our today's session, I would like to know that what is your favorite programming language? Can anyone say experience or opinion about programming language? Anyone would like to say something? Vasil, you would like to say something?
Yes, means I have to say what is programming language, right?
Yes. You can share your experience, like which is
Mm,
your favorite programming language in.
yeah, so my favorite programming language is Python currently because it's short and sweet, kind of. Means 10 line of code we can write in a Python in only just one line. And the main benefit for using the Python is the high performing libraries. Means pandas and numpys, we can do anything. We can build any program in that particular language. So that's why Python is my favorite.
Okay. Anyone else would like to say the experience or?
So guys, feel free to interact in between, or if you have any questions or queries regarding Android Study Jam program or Kotlin language, then please unmute yourself and ask directly.
Hello,
Yes.
ma'am. I want to ask that I am in first year and I have some basic knowledge about C++ language and C language. So can I join this for app development jam? Because I have no idea any for that.
Yes, let me take over this question. So, Naitik, this program is only for you, for the beginners who want to develop an app, who want to build an Android iOS app. So, this program is only for you, for the beginner to the expert level. So, yeah, you will definitely join the Android Study Jam. And trust me, you will get to learn more and more things regarding Kotlin and Android. So there is no restriction for the people who wasn't able to find the Android or Android Study Jam very well. So yeah, you
I
can
want
join.
to also ask that I have no proper knowledge, means not all idea about language. Then I feel not more problems
No
or
worries, no worries. We have provided a module which covered everything required for this program. So no need to worry about that.
okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Jeet,
Okay,
you can
so
proceed ahead.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so we will be starting with Kotlin playground. Okay, so in order to perform today's program, you just need to download Kotlin playground. And you will be getting the first link. You can go to that. Okay, so is my screen visible properly, right?
Yes, it's visible, but it's lagging. So if it's not required, then you can turn off your video for the
Okay,
better
okay.
connection quality.
Okay, sure. Okay, now.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
visible and
okay.
completely audible.
Okay, so we will be starting with basic programming, like we first start any programming language with a simple hello world program. So firstly, we will execute this program. So as we can see here, like every programming language has their own structure, in which by following their structure, we can develop a program. So in a Kotlin, this would be a basic and default structure of Kotlin programming language. Like the starting point, or I would say structure of this programming language would be like this. Firstly, we start with fun. Here, fun is a reserved keyword, which means that this represent fun equal function, like this is a default or I would say internal function of the Kotlin. When we compile the Kotlin programming language, main function would be initially from starting. This would be called after calling this method. Other method we can call from it. So this is our starting point. And if we talk about printing the message, then this method which we can use. Use we can also use print function instead of println. The main difference which is between println and print would be when we use the print keyword, it will just print the words, and there will be no line break. Whereas when we use print ln, this line ln means this will be add some new line or end the current line. So that's our this print and print ln. Right? So now let's come to the variables. So in a Kotlin, there are mainly two types of variables are available. One is mutable type of, and one another is immutable type of variables. Okay, so to create mutable types of variable, we use this var keyword. Then we define the name of the variable. For example, a, and then we initialize the value. We can initialize the value, or we can initialize the value later on. And in order to create an immutable variable, we can use the val keyword. And there is one more feature in Kotlin, like if you are familiar with C language, then you might be aware about data types. That in most of the programming language, you need to mention the data type, that which kind of this particular variable is having the type, like this variable is having the integer type or float type, or this variable is having the boolean type. But in Kotlin, compiler, I would say Kotlin directly interprets the type of the variable. We do not need to worry about value, I would say type of variable. It will be automatically interpreted by Kotlin that based on value, that which type of variable is this. Like if we are passing the integer value, then this will be considered as integer. But we can also mention that this particular variable is having the integer type. And one more thing, that we talked about immutable variable. So to create an immutable variable, we use this keyword val. When we use val keyword to create an immutable variable, so basically, actually, what mean by immutable variable? So immutable variable means those type of variable whose value once it gets assigned, we cannot change the value of that variable throughout the program. Like firstly, let me show you. The functionality of these both type of variable would be exactly same. Okay, Hasil, is my screen properly visible? I mean, I am feeling like there is a slight delay in screen share.
Yeah, there is an delay, but it's fine.
Okay,
And,
so based on that, I can explain the things. I mean, am I doing too fast in terms of verbal communication?
no, it's perfect.
Okay. Okay, so we use this well keyword to create a variable way. Like we have just created a two variable. Like to simplify it, let me clear this thing. Okay. So in order to create a immutable variable, we use this val val keyword, and to create a mutable variable, we use this variable. Like if I have assigned 20 to b, so the type of this variable is immutable. So if I again try to reinitialize the value, we are reinitializing the value. So this will generate ambiguity. Let's test it. Okay, so as we can see on the screen, that when we try to reinitialize the variable which we had earlier created with value, we will be getting one ambiguity that well cannot be reassigned. So we cannot actually reassign the variable which are created with the help of well keyword. But we can reassign the first variable which are created with the help of well keyword. Okay, so this is how variable works. That we can there might be a several requirement where we are immutable variables. Like if you are creating some global initialization, or there is some requirement where we do not want to change the value of variable. In such situation, we can use the concept of value. There is one more thing, like hydrating one variable. Like I have created a one variable which is name of the variable is now with having type as integer. Is initialize it with integer value. Okay, so let me clarify this thing firstly. Okay, so Kotlin is, as we know that, strictly typed language. Like once we define the type of the variable, or once we initialize the value, we given variable. If we try to change the value in some other type, then it will not allow us to directly change the value of the variable with a different type. So in the session, if you are having any doubt, then you may ask. And feel free to ask any question if you are having any question, doubt or any way regarding these topics that we have covered.
Satiraj asked one question in the chat. Can you please have a look on that?
Yes, yes, yes. But I had created the same thing, I think. Like I had created one variable with integer value. Then after I changed the value, so it is providing me an error that unexpected total. Just a minute. Okay, so there will be a type mismatch here that, as I told you earlier, that when we try to change the type of variable, it will not allow us to change the type of the variable. Like Kotlin is a strictly typed language, whereas if we talk about there are many languages which are loosely typed languages in which we can change the value of variable Like there is a PHP. If we talk about PHP, in PHP we can change the value of a variable with different types, but it's not directly possible in Kotlin to change the value of variable. So proceed. Is there any doubt?
Mohammed, I mean, your mic is unmuted. So, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so shall we proceed further? I should explain these things again. I mean, if anyone having any kind of doubts, then I may repeat. Yes. Okay, so I hope that this concept is clear to all. So let's see about uh, ranges. Like Kotlin makes our more easier. Like in many languages, we need to when we want to create some looping statements and all that things, we need to explicitly define the range, or we need to provide a starting point and the ending point. But in Kotlin, we can directly use the concept of ranges, which makes our work more easier. Like if I want to create a range from 1 to 20, then what I need to do is I will just create a simple variable. I will mention the starting point. Here I am mentioning is 1. Then I will use 2 dots. Then I will mention the ending point. So this variable will have a range of 1 to 20. We can explicitly define the type of the variable, like by using this include int range, which is inbuilt class, but we do not need to mention that things because Kotlin will be automatically interpreting it that this particular variable is having the type of integer range. Okay, so we can use for each loop to print range. Okay, let me use. I think there are still some delays on the screen side. Okay, so we have created one range, which is the value of 1 to 20. We have used the for loop in order to print the range various values of range. Like what here we are doing this. Firstly, we have used one variable, which is not exactly we have created this variable. This would be just, I would say, a kind of placeholder in which on every iteration till the end of this my range, like we are having the last point, ending point is 20. So it will be iterated, or I would say it will be take the step by in each iteration it will take the value from my range, and it will be printed by we are printing it by using the print function. There is one more concept like we can also use if we don't want to use for loop, then we can also use the repeat block. Repeat block is mostly used when we want to it is also like a loop intention which we use to perform a certain task in some repetitive manner. Like if I want to print something 20 times, then I may use repeat block. I may in order to print it 20 times, we just need to clarify the things like how many times we want to iterate this particular statement. Then we can define the following statements. Okay, so as we can see on the screen that when we execute this block, this will be printing the message hello 20 times. So this is how repeat block works. Then we will also now we will provide some conditional block. So anyone has any kind of doubts in loops? Hello. Okay, so let me get the things, revise the things. We can use for loop to perform some operation in some iterative manner. Like if I want to perform some operation in 20 times, then I may define like this. So this will look like. Let me use list. Okay, so let's create one list. So anyone have idea about a list? Or anyone would like to tell about a list?
It's something like we can store the number of values with the same data type in one place.
Yes. So essential for data, we can use a list to store the data with same kind of data like in Kotlin. I will later on see about normal arrays, like how to use arrays. Arrays, if you want to declare some data, if you want to work with arrays, arrays is basically nothing but extension of normal array. Like it provides some more features as compared to normal array. Okay, so let's create this. Okay, so what we have done here is we have created one A with a list type of. which is having the type as integer. We are adding some of the numbers in a list. It is, I would say, basically kind of a vector which we used in C++. And we can print all these value by using the for loop. Okay, so when we use for loop, value of the each index will be printed, or we can, if we want to print some values directly, like it is same like this one will be stored at zeroth index. These two will be stored at first index. This will be stored at second index, and this will be at third index. So we can also directly access these things, like there is a date method. Like normally what we do is we just use this square bracket to by access particular index, but in ALS we usually use date method to print our data. So can anyone tell me that what will be printed for this statement? Anyone? Hello.
Will it be 3?
Yes, it will be green, but still I forgot what. Okay, so as we can see on the screen that it will print value 3, which is for that certain index. We will be using this is a list is most useful concept in end-to-end development. We will be looking into this in some more deeper manner in our next upcoming session. So this is how we work with a list, and we can also remove the data from a particular index. Okay, so just a minute.
Meanwhile, guys, I have said one poll in the chat. So, do you have a laptop or computer which can run Android Studio at your home? Because this study jam will require the Android Studio platform installed in your computer or PC. Don't worry if you don't have installed currently. We will be showing how to install. But are you guys have a laptop or computer with your home? Then please vote to that poll. Okay,
There are
so
still some delays. Just 1 minute, please.
okay, so meanwhile, Jeet, can we play quiz?
I just need 1 more minute, then we may jump to the quiz.
Okay, okay, no problem. You may continue.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so what we have done here is, firstly we created one AI list with the type of integer. Then we are adding some of the values, like here we are adding. Firstly, on the geoid index, 1 will be stored, then 2 will be stored, then 3 will be stored, and then 4 will be stored. Just a minute. Let me make it more simplified for you so that you can have more idea about this. Okay, so is there any change in screen? Like I have executed the program, but
No, I think your screen is paused.
okay. Then let me reset the screen. Okay, so now it's perfect. Hello.
Yes, now it's perfect.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so what we have done here is, firstly we created one variable with name as array, and image we have created the type of the integer type of array list, and then we are adding some of the values, like here we have added 1 2 3 4, and we are just simply printing it by using the help of for loop. We are just, what we are here doing is, we are just creating I would say not creating, but actually using this variable as a placeholder, which will be in every iteration, it will be a value from this list, each list. And the each iteration, we are printing the value, which is temporary list value x. So here we have stored 1 2 3 4, which is printed here. And after what we are doing is, we are simply removing one element from the index. Like I have mentioned the index, like we are calling this remove method. With the help of remove, we are removing the data from certain index. So what we have here in the certain index is 3. So as we remove the data from certain index, and then after we are printing the same list again. As we print the data, data element from certain index would be removed, as we can see on the screen. Okay, so we take a small break now. I mean, we are also in the one quiz specially for you. So I think we should uh, jump to the quiz, right? Nasil?
Yes, yeah, we can. Okay. So it's an hour. We have started on 9:30, and it's time for the break. So I'm giving you the 2-minute breaks to the all participants, and let me share my screen. So you can bring one another device for playing the quiz. The just Google the www.kahoot.it and then enter the game pin. The quiz will be starting in 2 minutes. It's not only for a technical question. There is questions like we regularly used, like WhatsApp stickers and memes, and the current affairs are only putted in the quiz. So yeah, join it fast. I think we have almost 20 participants. So let all the 20 participants are joined, then we will good to go with the quiz. So bring one another device, either it's mobile or a tablet or laptop or any device which have internet and browser, and search in your browser that www.kahoot.it, and then enter the game pin and enter your nickname, and yeah, that's all. Then we will good to go. Already 3 participants are joined. Okay, 6. I know it's a lazy winter morning and no one wants to get up from our bed, but let's try to discover something new, something uh, uh, great, which will be beneficial for our future jobs. And hope you are enjoying the flow with we are going. Okay, 10 participants are already joined. Let us wait for 1 minute more. Yeah, so go and bring one another device. The quiz rule are simple. There is a 4 option in each question. You have to select the shape which you think that is the right answer in your another device. In my screen the question will be displayed and the options are also there only in my screen. You have to match the shape of that option which appropriate according to you in your another device. And yeah, each question has a 20 seconds to answer, so no need to worry about. Okay, 13 participants, 14 participants are joined. Ask to your friends also to attend the quiz because it's a totally fun event. There is a no technical questions will be asked in the quiz. Let me tell you again how we can go to the quiz. Just browse the www.kahoot.it and enter the game pin which will be displayed here, and enter your nickname, and your name will be displayed over here. Okay, so 13 participants are joined. Let us wait for 2 more participants, and when it's crossed the 15, we are ready to go. Okay, so yeah, it's 15 now. Should we start or anyone wants to join us? then please unmute yourself. And if you have any queries meanwhile via joining, then unmute yourself. Else we are here good to go. I think there is no. So let's start the quiz. So here it's our session name. And yeah, the first question is name the place where the scene has been shot. Yeah, so I think all of you are getting this, the 3 Idiot last scene. And the correct answer is Pagong Lake, which will be placed in Ladakh. The scene was shooted in Ladakh. The movie name is 3 Idiot. So let us see the scoreboard. And Hanin was leading by 854 points, then followed by Krisu and then ABD. Now let us move to the second question. Who is the person standing left in the photo? Uh, Let me give you the hint that you all are studied the book which was written by this person. Don't ask me for the standard. Yeah, so 7 people guesses it correctly that the person is H.C. Verma. Okay, so Hanin is topping with 1739 points, followed by ABD and then Krisu. Let us move to the third question. As of 2021, how many departments are there in our college? Yeah, 12 people answered already. 13. Okay. So yeah, 6 people guessed it correctly that 7 departments are there in our college. Okay, the first 3 has unchanged. Congratulations. Now let us move to the next question. Complete the dialogue. The movie name is Fir Hera Feri, and these are 4 famous dialogues of that movie. And yeah, 6 people guess it correctly. 50 रुपया काट over acting का. And yeah, Uttam is leading with the second position. He jumped from fourth to the second, and the highest answer streaks are also 3 for Uttam. Congratulations. Let us move to the fifth question. Who is the player of the match for yesterday's Test series, India versus New Zealand? Akshar Patel, Ken Williamson, Shreyas Iyer, Team Southie. Who is the player of the match? And yeah, 8 people guess it correctly. That Shreyas Iyer is the player of the match. Hani is still leading the position, then followed by ABD, and Uttam stepped down to the 1 position. Let us move to the next. It's a double point question and it's a last question also. This is the logo of which programming language? Let me give you the hint. This language is developed by Google. And time's up. 7 people guessed it correctly. The programming language name is Go. Okay, so here is the result. In the third position, Dev. Second is ABD, and the first is Hanin. So congratulations to the all winners, and the two runners up are Sagar and Tir. Congratulations to them also. So I hope you enjoyed the quiz, and let me take the 30 seconds break. You can bring the water with you, and then we will start at 10:39. Have you enjoyed the quiz, guys? Uh, just write in a chat box so we can get a better idea. Yeah, Tirth Patel is smiling. Silas is also smiling. Yes, Abdullah. Okay, so it's time for let us move to the next part of our session. So, Jeet, you can continue. Jeet,
Yes, just a minute, please.
okay, nice. And Jeet, can you please increase your speed little bit more because from the
Yes,
11,
definitely.
yeah, from the
Okay,
11 we
yes,
have our regular sessions. That's why.
yes. Okay, we are still in 20 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so let me that we have. First, we saw about, I think my screen is not yet visible, right?
Uh, yeah, it's not said right now.
Okay, now it's visible, right? Hello.
Still, it's not visible. You can turn off your
Okay,
video for better internet connection if it's needed.
okay, okay,
Yeah, it's visible now.
okay. Okay, so we have initially we started with variable that how variable works. We saw about types of variable that there are two types of mainly variable, mutable variables and immutable variable. The value which are assigned for with the immutable variable cannot be again changed. Okay, so just a minute. Okay, so we saw about mutable variables and immutable variables. Then we saw about Kotlin programming language that it is statically typed language that we initialize a value with a particular type. Then we may not reinitialize the variable with some other type of data. Then we saw about ranges, that how does ranges work. Then we saw about for loops, and we saw about repeat loop. Then we saw about a list that we can create a list of for particular elements with same data types. Like we created one A list with the name of array. Then in that we have added some of the value. Then after we perform some deletion operation. then we printed it. So firstly, let me clear these things so that we can fit the contents more properly on this. Okay. So one more thing that we forgot to do was written perform various operations with string like actually mostly we do not need to mention the data type of the variable. In normal programming, in Kotlin it is not required, but still it's better practice to define the data type, explicitly define the data type. So because when we are performing some Android development, there might be a requirement, and mostly there will be a requirement. Like most of the time, you have to define explicitly that what kind of data, what kind of class you want to use for with this particular variable. So here what we are doing is we are just doing some normal value with this variable. Now to print this variable or truncate this variable with a message like we can use the plus sign. It's similar like Java. If you are familiar with Java, then you might be aware about this thing that we can directly concatenate these things. And if we are having value in a variable, then we may directly use this concept like we can directly access the variable by using the dollar symbol with variable name. So the mostly output would be same for these two operations. Okay, is my screen visible properly? I think there is still some slight delays. Like I am feeling like.
Yes,
Can you please?
there are and delay.
Okay, just a minute, please. Let me reset.
If the live coding part was done, then I can share my screen and then you will able to elaborate more on that. I can present the Google slide if the issues are still there. Jeet, your mic is muted.
Okay, okay, I think there will be no issue now. Okay, now my screen is visible properly, right?
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Okay, so what we have done here is we have created one variable with the type of string. We just have initialized the simple value here, and to print this variable, we use this dollar sign. Like in C language, we used to what we can say access modifier, like percentage, the percentages. In a similar way, in a Kotlin, we use this dollar symbol to print the value of variable or to access the variables. We can also use this variable to perform certain operations. And when we want to perform certain operations, we can use the concept we can enter our code inside the curly braces. So it is always best practice to use these curly braces while accessing the variable. And this methodology is considered as string interpolation. And we can also perform some of the many of the operations with string like we can print this in operators by using the operators method. So as we can see on the screen that this will actually not change the actual value, but this will just print the value in operators when we use this method to operators method. Okay, so there are various operations which we can perform with string like this operators method. Is lowercase method, and there is also index of method which we can use with variable. In order to, there might be a requirement where we just want to know the index of a particular data that first occurrence of this variable is where available in the screen. Then we may use the index of method. Then there is also a subsequence method which we can use for the purpose of extracting the substring from the string. Okay, so there are various operations which we can perform with string. So now let's jump to the conditional statements. Okay, so mainly the most famous conditional statement that we mostly use in every programming language is if else, that we often use when we are having some tasks which are based on decision making, like here we are training some normal variable, like if age is greater than 80, then printing the message. Okay, so as we can see that in a if else condition, how does the if else condition works? The expression which we pass interpreted for the if condition must be in such a way that it can evaluate in a Boolean expression. Like if we can achieve that thing by using the various logical operations like greater than, less than, not equal, not equal. These are some of the operations that we usually use with if else condition. When this condition, if the condition would be not true, then it will go to the else condition. Okay, so if else block is visible, hello.
Mm, I think your screen is paused. meanwhile.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now just we are having some only one topic for today, which we are going to cover.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay, so what we have done here is we just created one variable with value of 16 in a age variable. What we are checking here is if age is greater than 18, then we are just printing the simple message that age is greater than 18. And if it else means when this condition will be false, the program flow would be automatically jump to this part. And based on this decision making would be working. So now let's take the small concept which is creating the function. Like as we saw earlier at initial starting of the session, that by default main function is called by a Kotlin compiler in order to perform various operations. We can also create a custom function by using this keyword. We can use fun keyword. It is a result keyword which represents that this particular instruction is a function. Then we may do the name of the function like I have here given the name of the function is demo. And what I'm doing is I'm just printing some value. Like what I am doing here is I'm just printing the name. I will be pass it through here. So this is how we can make our work more easier. Like when we are creating the templates and the project, there might be and there will be actually requirement when you want to use same code multiple times. In such condition, it's not better to write the same code again and again. We can just call our function based on requirement. Like here for demo purpose, we have created just one function with having only one statement. But when we are having multiple code of line, then in such situation we can use the concept of function. We can also use the concept of function for operation. Like if I want to perform some addition based operation, then we may do in this style like cross. The order would be same. Like what we are doing here is okay. So what we have done here is firstly we are rolling the function. Name of the function is 8. We are passing two values 20 and 30. And to create a function is we show in the starting that we use is the function keyword for creating the function. Then we are using add the function name. Then we are passing two arguments. The argument which are here we have mentioned would be accessing these values. Like A will have value as 20 and B will have value as 30. And this function is having the type as integer. So this function will be returning the something value. So what we are here doing is we are just adding this two value. We are returning to this function. So when I write like this, what this will do is This will firstly println function will be told. Inside this add method will be told. And we have passed 20 and 30. 20 is initialized to A and 30 will be initialized to B. Then we are just adding these two variables. Then the sum of these variable will be printed, returned to this statement, and this will be printed by this println function. We can also use the lambda function to when our requirements are like we are just want to print something in such a way that we are having less requirement in such a situation, we can use the concept of a lambda function. It is also considered as an anonymous function, like uh, in order to create a lambda function, we can just create with the help of variable name. And what we are here doing is same syntax almost we are following here is we just need to add again, and they will be daily basis. Okay, there. Okay. What we are happening is we are this is when our requirements are less and we just want to make our work more easier, we can use the concept of lambda function. In lambda function, what we are doing here is we are just writing this curly braces in which two arguments are defined A and B, and the value which is getting added will be stored in this demo function and will be returned to this. And what we are here doing is we will just pass the value 20 and 30, and after passing this value, this will be added to uh, we will be getting this value to demo function, and we are just returning it, so it will be printed on the screen. So this is about the function. Then there is also one more conditional block, like let me make it more smaller. Okay. Okay, yes, yes. Okay, let's make it more simple with understanding purpose. Okay, so as we can see on the screen, what we have done here is, firstly we have initialized, this is same like switch statement. If you are familiar with switch statement, then this would be more easier for you to understand this thing. What we are doing here is, firstly we have initialized one value to age, which is 18. Uh, we are passing this value here in a when block. This will be matched with all these cases. These are number of cases. Like mostly what we have done is we use this kind, we have used this kind of concept in C and Java. Similar concept here available, but we do not need to use any word case or something else. We are just mentioning our children, like if age is matching with this value 18, then what needs to be print? This message needs to be print that the age is 18. Otherwise, the message which will be printed is age is not 18. Okay, so that's how this when load works. Like it is similar, like based on the value which is passed here, would be that in match with this following cases. If none of the dates selected dates match with the past argument, then it will be by default considering this else blend, else block, I would say. Okay, so by considering today's time limit, we are keeping distance till now. So anyone having any kind of doubt, then they may ask. Anyone?
Guys, if you have any doubts, then feel free to ask, or you can directly contact to Jeet Purohit via WhatsApp or email.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, Jeet, can you send your WhatsApp number in the chat box?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
You can contact me anytime if you feel any kind of issue during performing some of the Android development related, or if you have any doubt regarding the Kotlin development, then you can directly contact me. And, there are some question for you. So, what will be the output of this program? Can anyone say?
I think they are hurry about the lectures.
Okay, so
Janvi replied that this will generate an error.
yes, let's try it. Because here we have used the variable, so it will not allow us to reassign the variable. And what will be the output for this?
Anyone?
Okay,
Janvi,
so
it's
I
yeah.
Yes, so we will be sharing this presentation with you so that you can check this. And in our next session, we are going to develop this application. We are not just going to develop this kind of application, but we will do more additional things. And we are not developing just one application in our next session, but we will be developing more than two applications based on the situation. But mostly we will be developing the two application. This is just a prototype that the normal layout would be like this, but we will be trying to develop this with more functionality and more attractive design. Okay, so that's it for today. And yes, so if
Yeah,
you are
so
having
let me
any doubt,
conclude. Yeah, let me conclude
okay,
the event.
one more thing I would like to say.
Mhm. Please continue.
Okay, so this is the right Tilum which is provided by Doodle. As Himanshu earlier told that, in order to get a certificate from GDSC JSCR, you will have to complete all these unit. As we inform earlier, that each unit will have several pathways, and each individual pathway will have number of several phases, which you may do. After giving the quiz, you would be eligible to earn the badges, and you can showcase those badges in your social media. Okay, so that's it from my side. If you face any kind of issue during the performing the programs or anytime if you feel any kind of issue, if you are in any doubt related to Kotlin or Android development, you can definitely contact me at any time. I have provided my number in chat section, or you just contact with me on social media. So yes, that's it from my side. Thank you very much, and happy to be. Over to you, Harshit.
Yeah, thank you, Jeet, for being Android facilitator for our campus and for this amazing webinar. So, if you have any doubt, guys, then please feel free to ask. Else, we wrap up the event here.
Yes, one more thing that I would like to add,
Mm-hmm. Please
that
continue.
uh, stay tuned for second one, and we will be developing the really great application. We will be directly stepping out to Android development. So our next session would be more interactive and more interesting than this session. So also ask your friends to join this session. So we will be starting from a very straight level. We'll be providing you entire knowledge from like starting from Android Studio, hierarchy, how to work with Android development. We will be, in short, I would say, discussing all the required things, which will be making you able to understand all the things very easily. So stay tuned with us for next session. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I hope there is no doubt left.